Take a Whiff James. It was a cold winter's day on the island of Sorrel. But the weather was no problem for Whiff and Scruff. The two engines were hard at work collecting rubbish trucks around the island.
Ugh! What's that stench? It's unbearable! It's only Whiff.
Hello to you too, James.
Ha! It's no wonder you and your waste dump are relegated to such a secluded part of the island, Whiff. The smell is absolutely horrible.
Oh, if you hate it so much, why are you always stopping by then, James?
Well, that's different. I only work there when I have to. I would never willingly come by.
Oh, that's a shame. You're always welcome, though. We could always use the help.
I'm perfectly content with passengers, thank you very much, Whiff. You'd never catch me smelling that bad.
Are you sure about that? There are those times you got covered in fish. That other time when you fell off the old pier rail. Oh, and when you were working at the dock.
Again! You won't catch me smelling bad again.
You're all set, Whiff.
Have a good day, James.
Oh, silly, smelly waste engine. Just where does he think he can talk to an engine like me in such a way?
Sounds to me like you had it coming.
Ha! Who asked you, Boko?
What's so funny?
Oh, it's just James. He was boasting again, trying to make fun of our work.
Again? Doesn't he ever get tired of that?
Apparently not.
I'll never understand why he thinks he's so much better than everyone. Especially since he's the one who gets in trouble with the fat controller every other week anyway. I don't even think Diesel gets in trouble that often.
I think it's an ego thing. Probably makes him feel more important. I've learnt not to let it bother me. I know the work we do is important, and that's what matters to me.
Huh, that was pretty wise.
I suppose so. Oh, bother.
Something wrong?
I forgot to pick up the ship waste from Brendan. You keep shunting, and I'll be right back.
Whoa!
Careful there, James. We haven't gotten our salt delivery yet. The rails are still pretty icy.
I can see that.
James, I have a message from the Fat Controller. He'd like you to go to Brendam Docks and collect some important trucks on the Applewood station. Edward will take your passengers on.
Oh, great. Trucks. Oh.
Hi, Porter. I'm here to collect the salt vans.
Oh, the ship with the salt just arrived. We've only just begun to unload it.
Hey, Cranky! How long until those salt vans are ready?
Give me a minute, Porter. I'll get to it when I'm finished unloading this ship's rubbish.
I suppose, in other words, it might be a few minutes.
I hope it isn't too long. I'm already behind schedule.
Whoa! Oh. Oh, maybe we can use some salt here too. James, slow down!
Yeah. Here's James.
What the?
Oh, cranky!
Hey, don't blame me.
Oh no!
Oh, what happened here then? Oh, I see. Huh.
Ugh. Aren't you gonna make fun of me?
Nah. I think you've done that enough yourself. Could you move aside so I can get by, please? I've got work to do.
Yeah, of course. Excuse me.
What is going on my dockside?
Comeuppance, I think. So, she just left you?
Yeah, but it was kind of fun. I got to see a lot of the island.
Yeah, but your first day and she just left you. What did you do this time?
I've come to apologize to you two. Especially you, Whiff. I was so rude to you this morning, and after what happened at the docks, you had every right to rub it in. But you chose not to. You might not be the most, fragrant pair of engines, but you are really useful.
Wow, thank you, James.
You're welcome. Well, I'm gonna go to the washdown now. Keep up the good work, you two.
Well, that was different. Do you think he really meant it?
You know, I think he did.
And then he came racing around the bend and he yelled, "Here's James!" and ran right into the waste trucks.
I did warn you about the icy rails.
I'm out of apologies today, Edward. Good night.
Comeuppance, I think.
James, you've got some splaining to do.